Good morning, guys. Welcome back to another episode of Luke's Fishin Mission. Doing something a little bit different today. I've only made one video about this. It's chasing whiting on surface lures, on poppers and stick baits. A lot of old school baitos catch a hell of a lot on worms, pippies, yabbies, and yep, they work very well. But to make it a little bit more sporting, a bit more challenging, lure fishermen, we're tuning our skills to focusing on the harder to target subjects like whiting, stuff like that. So today I'm chasing whiting on surface lures. Hell of a lot of fun. You wouldn't think, many people wouldn't think something that feeds on the bottom with the downturned mouth would rise up to eat poppers or stick baits off the top. Might go over this way, looks good. But they sure do. They absolutely do. They smash top water and they're so much fun on light gear. I've got a 4 to 10 pound spin rod today, 7-foot spin rod, Samurai reaction, 2,500 egg beater, 6 pound braid and about 8 pound leader. I'm using my bassday sugar pen 58 mil. Now this guy here has been tricked up with assist hooks. These are the Atomic Trick Bits assist hooks, size 8 or size 10, I can't quite remember. But a lot of people who do a lot more of this than I do have certainly recommended using assist hooks. I've just used trebles mostly in the past, hooked a few, but have definitely lost a few. But the hookup rate is said to be a hell of a lot better with the assist for the short strikes and stuff like that. So I'm here today in a new spot. The wind is there, but it's at my back for the most part. So it should actually help my casting because I'm only casting a light lure. Tide is dropping, I've never been here, going for a bit of an explore. Hopefully catch a whiting or two, maybe even a flathead or a brim. Have to wait and see. It is blowing about 15 to 20 knots today, but over this side, because we've got a southeasterly blowing, I'm sort of on the northwestern side of the bay, so it's largely protected. You can see the big breakers and white caps out there, but over here it's quite nice. Oh, on the flats, and that was a touch. That was definitely a touch. All right, a little bit of a deeper water straight ahead of me, a bit bluer. Oh yes. What do you got? A flathead? Feels like a flathead. Woo! Flathead on surface, check it. Hey, cool. Not the whiting, but we'll take a flatty. Well, he can go home. I'm not going to keep him. Come here, mate. Not a bad fish. He's lassoed himself here. Righto. Gotta let this guy go. Flathead on top water in the shallow flats. That's pretty cool. See you, mate. As you were. Yeah guys, tide has definitely turned now, which is what I actually prefer when going for whiting, even flathead for that matter. Tide's coming up really quickly now, thanks to the super moon and the blue moon that we had a couple of nights ago. Tides are really big, so this is actually the time of the tide I really prefer to go chase whiting and flathead on surface or on plastics or just in general. The water's now pushing up over the flats and the fish are moving up looking to feed on the newly inundated yabby beds, on bits of worms, crabs, yabbies, etc. So there's a bunch of whiting here, very, very small here in the shallows, but they're starting to push up, and I've got a little gutter here, a little drain that I've found behind me, and that will fill up first, and the fish will move up in that like a little highway, trying to get up on the new grounds. So I'm going to fish this tide back to the beach now, and hopefully get another flathead, or hopefully the target being whiting, get a couple of them. Oh yep, fish on, fish on. Oh, how good. What do we got? I reckon it's a, oh, it's a whiting or a flathead, I don't know yet. I reckon it's a flathead. Oh, no, it's a whiting. That's what we come here for. Oh, I just popped him just there. Okay, we're in with a bit of a show here. Just using my bassday 58 mil sugar pen with those assist hooks at the back. So, That felt like not a bad whiting too. See if we can get another one. So got that one flathead now on topwater, which a lot of people wouldn't think flathead would be a topwater feeder too, but in the shallows they are. And just had a whiting on then. And it felt like a reasonable fish. The bugger came off. That's all right. Oh, yep, on again. Oh, lost him. Okay, there's fish here. Lost another one. Fish here. That's the main thing. Like I said, I've never been to this spot before, and it looks like my instincts served me correct. They're definitely whiting pushing in here, which is what I really wanted to catch today. Hook 2 in the last 5 casts. Maybe I'll back that drag off a little bit. Let him run. Cover as much water as you can. Nice light spin rod like I've got here, Samurai Reaction, 4 to 10 pounds, 7 foot long. 6 pound braid, 8 pound leader on a 2500 egg beater. I can cast light lures like I'm using now, which only weighs a couple of grams, out a long way, which is what you need to cover that water. Oh, and that was another hit. That was another hit. Okay. Come on, hook up, mate. Back that drag off a bit so it's enough pressure to set the hook but not pull the hooks. This has been a lot of fun already. I haven't been here all that long. I really want to land one though. It's really important when you're using this style of fishing, if you're using stick baits or using poppers, whiting in these very shallow clear waters are very flighty, very skittish. They'll see your lure, they're very smart, they'll shy away. You need to keep that lure moving. Basically, I'm twitching this lure with every quarter turn of my reel. I'm keeping it moving, I'm not pausing. Like a lot of poppers, you pause. It's important with whiting to keep it moving all the time. Otherwise, they'll get a look at it as soon as it stops and they'll shy away if they think it's something not quite right. So yeah, I am twitching literally once every quarter turn on this reel. So 4 times rather, in 1 revolution. And it keeps that lure meandering like this. That's what the walk the dog style lures do, like the bassday sugar pen. And there's the 58mm. Water's certainly coming up behind me, but it'll be fun walking these flats back up to the car. Whoa, what is that? Something's getting murdered out there. Something sizable too. I wonder if I can get out there a bit more. That actually sounded like a barra. And barra would move up on these flats hunting whiting for sure. Nice warm water, it's shallow. Absolutely. I'm just moving out a little bit deeper water. These conditions are absolutely beautiful for doing this right now. Really light winds today. It would have been a fantastic day to go offshore. However, there's about 5.5 meters of run. So wherever I wanted to go, because the weather conditions allowed me, the fishing would have been really tough trying to fish in 40 meters plus water with 5.5 meters of run today, trying to fish for nanagai and things in the deep. So I've come on the flats, and big tides pushing up on the flats might actually be really good for this style of fishing, because the higher water will be inundating more of the bank that's not often inundated because the tides aren't usually this large. Certainly pushing in. Hopefully so will the whiting. Like I said, I've had 2 hookups and then another hit, presumably whiting. They haven't stayed hooked up, but I'm pretty confident I will land 1 or 2. I've got to keep moving back with the water. I'm getting a good 25 meters on the cast, even such a light lure, because of the light gear I'm using. It's important if you give this a go. Light lures, small lures, you will catch a lot of fish, because even elephants eat peanuts, right? So you'll even catch a larger fish on a small lure. But the thing is, you really need the light gear to be able to cast it. There's no point using a big old fat crystal tip rod that's really heavy, 6 to 10 kilos, something like that, 5 to 8 kilo. No, you will not get the casting distance. You really need the light gear to be able to do this. Otherwise, forget it. The light gear makes it so much fun too. This is so relaxing, so quiet, peaceful, calming doing this. If I can only just land one. Oh, there goes a flathead. I just spooked him. I just spooked a flathead right there, about 3 meters in front of me. I seen him puff of sand and he took off. Keys with doing this stuff, cover as much water as you can. Hunting. You're prospecting the flats, and the fish could really be anywhere along here. Cover the ground. Long casts, work it all the way back to your feet, because literally could be fish anywhere around you. Oh, yep, on. Got something here. It's not doing much at all. I reckon it's a little flathead. Or weed. The tiniest flathead you'd ever see. Check this out. Didn't even realise it was a fish until probably 5 seconds before I seen it. There you go. On the assist hooks as well. Another flathead on top. I'm probably gonna get spiked doing this. I should get my pliers out. Look at the size of this guy. The size of this guy. It's 20 centimeters tops on the little sugar pan, 58 mil. Not the whiting I want, but still a fish. And these hooks, they come out so easy. See you, mate. Tell your mama. Now whiting, please. Oh, that's a stingray right there. So 2 flathead now and lost a couple of whiting. So once again, whiting, flathead, probably not the traditional species you'd catch on topwater lures that people wouldn't think you catch, because, you know, flathead are on the bottom, and the whiting, well, they feed on the bottom with their downturned mouth. But catching them on surface in the shallow flats is certainly a viable option. There's flats like this everywhere. Mouth of any creek, river system, there's usually a bit of a bay, delta, shallower areas. Creeks itself, you'll find sandbars where you can do this in, you know, a few feet of water. And there's hell of a lot of fun. I really want a whiting though. I reckon I've had 2 on and a hit from another one. The water's going to push up over the rocks there soon too. Like a bit of shale and stuff like that. Oyster rocks. That'll be a good spot then when the water gets on top of that. But as you can see by the size of that flathead, you don't have to be a big fish to have a crack on topwater. Oh, 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 flathead again, right there in front of me. Decent sized one, and it bloody made a huge splash. Carbonated it like a barra and jumped out of the water. Oh, this place goes all right. Like I said, never been here before. Just used my instincts and said, I reckon there'll be fish there. And there have been fish here. And there are fish here. That guy completely missed the lure. I pretty much stopped winding then to adjust something, and he smashed it, but missed the hooks again. That was another flathead. Oh, I think I just spooked him. That was the one I hooked, I reckon. That was the one that had a go. Let's throw it out there where he's probably is now, somewhere over there. Let's go. Prospecting. But that one actually hit top and made a splash like a barramundi hits top. Like an implosion of water. That was pretty cool. Unlucky not to hook that guy because he had a decent crack at it. Yes. Got something here. Probably another flathead. It's not doing a whole lot. Oh no, it's a whiting. No, it is a flathead. 3 flathead. Where's your mama, mate? Where's your mama? Hey? But another fish on top water. Another fish that would usually lay on the bottom, caught off the top. Get this guy off. Come here. Come here. Okay. Just got to be really careful with flathead. Couple of nasty spikes there, couple of nasty spikes right there as well. Been done more than once by those things. A beautiful little fish though. I mean, check out the markings in the tail there with that spot, and really quite blue. Oh, I just spooked another flathead, nearly stood on it. Whew, there's a few here. All right, let's get this guy off. There you go, mate. Sitting there on the bottom, so camouflaged, eh? Especially when they bury themselves in. He'll be right. Tide's coming in, so you'll have a bit more water in a sec. Look how quickly this tide's coming in, will ya? Basically at walking pace. You'd walk that back and it'd keep on with you. Coming in from this angle too. Time and tide wait for no man, they say. Ain't that the truth? Check it out. It's flooding in now. When you're doing this stuff, obviously it pays to turn around from time to time to see if the water's coming in behind you. Because you could be high and dry out here, but there could be like a gully closer to the beach and might leave you a little bit stranded. I've had that happen more than once when things have got a bit exciting. Lost track of time and you look around and it's like, Jesus. But I know it's pretty flat all the way back to the mangrove, so I'm fine. On again here. Literally the second cast after that last fish. And it's a whiting. Yes, got our whiting finally. Oh, it's not a bad fish too. Definitely a legal fish. That's very cool. Here we go. That is what I came for. Whiting on surface lure, and once again hooked on the assist hooks out the back. How cool's that? Goes to show you can catch whiting on surface. That little bassday sugar pen 58mm with the assist hooks, getting him on those trailing hooks, a better hook up at the back. That's really cool. Happy with that. Really cool. It's probably about a 25cm fish. Certainly a legal fish. Really happy with that last whiting. Finally catch one, land one, which is my objective of this morning. Got 3 flathead landed, 1 whiting, and lost a few whiting, and also another flathead. So landed 4 and lost 4. It doesn't even matter the time of the day when you use surface lures for whiting. Predominantly top water, I use it early morning, late afternoon. The low light periods of the day. But for whiting, and flathead for that matter, you can catch all different times of the day. And I've just had another fish there, and I think it was another whiting. So definitely a few fish around. That tide's getting up now. The fish are definitely moving up the beach. Yeah, that was another whiting then. They're moving up. Bring the kids down here and you can have hours of fun on light gear doing this. And it's so visual too. You see the strikes? Because it's all on top water in front of you. Really cool. And I'm probably gonna have to get it. Oh, yes. Yes. What do we got here? Oh. Oh. This is a better fish. I still got him. Oh, I thought I lost him then. I think it's a whiting. It's fighting like a whiting. Oh, no, I think it's a flathead. It is a whiting. Another whiting. Very cool. Very cool. There's definitely a few fish here now. How good is that? I'm absolutely stoked to come out and achieve my objective today and show you how to catch a whiting on top water and prove that it can be done. Caught a couple now, lost a few, and that's actually quite a nice fish. And got a few flathead as well. Look at that guy. Ah, hooks are very sharp, let me just say. Both assist hooks in the mouth. Check that. Bassday sugar pen 58mm. Really good lure for whiting. It's one off. There we go. How good's that? See you, mate. Really happy with that. And I'm going to run out of water soon. Not run out of water, and I'm going to run out of land soon before the water gets me up in the mangroves, but I'll stay maybe another 20 minutes or so. Really stoked to have caught a whiting this morning, or a few whiting, and lose a couple, and land a couple of flathead too, and lose a couple of flathead. So I've only been here sort of an hour and a half, and caught about 7 fish and lost a few more. This is fun. And like I was saying, you can bring the kids down here. You don't need expensive gear, you just need a nice light rod and reel, some light line, and some small lures, and anyone can do this stuff. You might not catch the numbers, it's fair to say, you might not catch the numbers that you'll catch on worms or pippies or yabbies, but it's far more fun and challenging and sporting. Fishermen, we love a challenge. Well, I do. And I know a hell of a lot of people like me who love a challenge. You could do it the traditional way and catch a heap, yes, and that's good fun when you want to feed, or take the kids, but this is a bit more challenging, a little bit of fun, and super addictive catching them on surface water. It's a bit harder because it's not traditionally a fish that would eat stuff off the top, nor flathead, because they're on the bottom. But this has been really fun. Really fun. And the assist hooks, I reckon, are making a good difference. I'm hooking most of my fish on the assist hooks that I've tricked up at the back. I've made one video on whiting before this one. There's a few fish out there a bit further. I've made one video before this one on catching whiting, and back then I was just using, I think it was a Atomic Canine Walker with the 2 trebles, and I've missed a lot of fish. I have missed a few fish today too, but certainly the ones I did hook were on those 2 back assist hooks. They're super sharp. Atomic trick bits, assist hooks, size 8 or size 10. Can't remember which one. This has been great. Bassday sugar pen, 58mm. There are all different sizes of these Bassday sugar pens in the range. This is the 58mm. There's a 70 mil that they also use for whiting, a little bit of a larger profile, a little bit longer. They use them for whiting too and get some stonkers of them, especially down south. That's a 70, there's like a 90 mil and like 120 mil as well, which I'll use the 120 mil for queenies and GTs in the rivers and creeks and stuff like that. But just recently released a few weeks ago at the AFTA, Australian Fishing Tackle Association trade show in the Gold Coast, was the new bassday sugar pen splash. I think it's 70 or 75 mils. So it's thin like these guys are, like pencil thin, but it has more of a splashing open cup popper face rather than the meandering stick bait face. I'm sure you could meander it and you could pop it and splash it as well. So I'm keen to get my hands on them and bring them to this location. But this location's been great. Like I said, I had never been here before. There was extensive flats. I never see anyone out here doing this. And as you can see, there's no one around me. Got the place to myself. Could mean one or two things. I thought, well, it's rubbish. No one even bothers. Or it's good and people still just grass is always greener mentality. We often ignore what's under our noses and venture further afield when there's fish like right there. Drive past it every day. Just get out and explore and do this stuff. Well guys, just signing off from today's session. Had a ball doing that. Came out with the goal to catch a couple of whiting on Topwater. Managed to achieve that. Lost a few more, got a couple of flathead as well. But I just really wanted to show that you can catch whiting on surface lures. Predominantly a bottom feeder, we all know that, but they do come up to eat the top. Now, not saying for a minute that you'll catch more fish than you will on bait, because we all know that pippies, worms, yabbies get big numbers of whiting. But for those who want to make a bit more of a challenge, catching them on lures, catching them on surface lures is a hell of a lot of fun. And you can get a flathead or two as well, as you can see. So hope I've given you a bit of inspiration to come and give this bit of a crack. Anyway guys, thank you very much for watching, and don't forget to subscribe. Cheers.